What's up, guys? Ajmarkle here with Holly Clark SFM. We are doing episode number 13 of Disney Animated Classics were released today, a series where we talk about classic Disney animated films that were released in the old days, but how they would own up in today's standards. Today we are talking about
Aristocats. Forgive me for my pronunciation, guys.
Aristocats, like aristocrats, but it's cats to the crats. But it's okay.
I know. I think it's just a bit harder for me to pronounce.
It's okay. So basically, this movie came out in 1970, which was 3 years before Robin Hood, which you probably would notice some of the similar movements they did that was copied by Robin Hood. Basically, exposed, Disney recycled a lot of their stuff. So now let's dive straight in to the Aristocats. It all starts in 1910 in another European country, much like the last episode, Lady and the Tramp. Go to that one in the playlist if you haven't already. And we're met with a woman named Madame Adeline Family and her English butler Edgar. And there she had 4 cats. A female cat named Duchess, and her 3 kittens, Louise, Marie, and Toise. And I'll have Holly explain what is going to happen, which results in revealing the villain early on.
Yeah, okay. So before I get ahead to that, I will say it's back then, like Anne said, this was took place in 1910. The cats had, especially Duchess, had a French accent, and her kittens, Today's Barrios and Marie, they each had a talent, such as Marie being a singer, Today's being a painter, and Boris being a piano cat.
Or pianist, if you want to simplify.
Thank you. And which is pretty extraordinary because I don't think cats would really have that now.
Well, if you train them right, you would. I mean, even though there's a lot of memes of cat pictures all over the internet, they get popular too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Now to continue on with the main villain that's coming up.
Yeah. So the main villain is actually someone that we've already introduced, because due to him wanting to be rich and have a lot of money, it's actually the butler Edgar.
The guy want to be rich. Where have we heard that before?
Numerous times. But unfortunately, it takes a bit of a dark turn from how he wants to get rid of the cats, because the owner, Madame, I'll just say Madame, she told one of her friends, when it comes to her will, as in being, passing away soon, she'll give the money to her cat instead of Edgar. And Edgar was very annoyed and complained it's unfair because we're just cats in a way. So he planned a very nasty plan to get rid of the cats. And this is when one of the, 2 themes actually come, which are pretty dark in real life. So what Edgar does is that he is normally like the little cook as well. He gets milk known as creamless something, which is a dessert type of milk, and he puts sleeping pills in the milk.
Yeah, way to drug an animal. That's really good for a G rate.
Yeah.
Not you guys already know that probably by now, almost all the films are not going to be G-rated today. Stick around to the end of the whole video so you can hear the rating that we conclude. But anyway, after he, I guess you could say, drugged them, he takes them into a little suitcase and drives off in his motorcycle. There was a motorcycle, the same type of motorcycle with a little cope sidecar right there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as he was trying to put him into the countryside, a couple of hounds named Napoleon and Lafayette ambushed him, and he ended up losing his hat, the sidecar, umbrella, shoes, and basket before he ended up escaping.
Also, side note, anyone who can guess what voice is familiar, who voice acted as one of the hounds, look back on Fox and the Hound and Robin Hood, and you'll recognize the voice actor.
Yep. And also you will understand how much they love football. Upsy daisy, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, though, the cats were saved for now. But now we fast forward a little bit, and then we get introduced to the main romantic interest of Duchess. And it's a alley cat named Thomas O'Malley, much like Tramp from Lady and the Tramp. Only it's in cat form. Get the hint? Huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a ginger cat.
Yep. And also a bonus, this was 15 years released after Lady and the Tramp, so you can definitely say they got a lot of inspiration from Lady and the Tramp in that area. Minus the pasta kiss and the pasta itself. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah. That's when Thomas offers to help Duchess and the kittens, and then they have a free ride on the truck, but unfortunately little Marie gets into trouble and falls off
after they got chased out, just to clarify. And also it was a milk truck, so it was a good way to get milk.
Also, if you guys look closely, when Thomas gets Marie and that, you'll notice recycled animation from 101 Dalmatians, where Pongo jumped in the wagon and was holding on while Perdita got their pup.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another example of recycled animation from 101 Dalmatians into another film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another example of recycling. And also, O'Malley, which is that's the main name, got rescued by another two characters, Amelia and Abigail Gabble, two Britus geese on holiday. So
yes.
So they basically, after that whole rescue, they go on their own way. Unfortunately, though, Edgar was still out there, so he returned to get his possessions.
Hat. He had to get his hat, his umbrella, and his cat basket, in which Marie and her three kittens were sleeping in as evidence.
Yeah, but he had a couple of problems, as in a couple of doggone problems. Napoleon and Lafayette, so he had to literally move him out of his stuff so he can get out there. So as a result, that's when he basically is still out there, ready to make a move whenever those cats return.
I will say, before the geese parted without the cats, they find their uncle, who is drunk.
Yikes. So, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of alcoholism. How was Disney marketing all this to kids? I guess we're like, oh, that's so funny. Ha 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 ha. 1970.
As in, like, knocked out drunk, which apparently is something they did with animals before butchery, apparently, which is pretty dark.
Hey, yo!
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that information. So...
I did not need to scare anyone.
Okay, so anyway, if obviously like other movies from back then, there was always some music in there. So, So O'Malley goes to show the world with the street cats, and they came up with the song "Everybody Wants to Be a Cat." Everybody wants to be a cat, cause the cat's the only cat. I get copyright there. Okay.
I'll be right. And I will say, when I watched the film, I noticed that it had very colourful lights. So, possible epilepsy warning.
Yeah.
For flashing lights.
Yeah, and this was another key example of recycled animation, not just for Aristocats, but also it was going to be reused in Robin Hood. It was already used in Jungle Book. Disney basically knew their stuff when it comes to recycling animations. I really wish they'd do that more often, in my opinion.
Me too. And that's when the party was basically over, that's when Duchess and Thomas O'Malley had a talk.
Yeah.
And that's when Thomas, well, not as in, no, listen, I've got feelings for you or anything, but as in, you know, they knew they had a connection.
Their tails definitely did too.
Oh my god.
Oh,
and then the kittens were watching the whole thing, and Marie was like, "Oh, how romantic!"
Yeah, and of course her brothers were like, "Yeah, blah, ladies' cooties,
Disney stuff."
Yeah, real male chauvinist. Also, before we mentioned the street cats really brought the house down. Up.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So after O'Malley basically proposed, as some Duchess sadly rejected him because she wanted to be close to her owner, Madame.
Yeah.
And as they decided to go on their way back, they go to the mansion only to get ambushed by Edgar himself. There was a character we forgot to mention. His name...
The mouse.
Yes, Roquefort. Roquefort was basically a friend that basically was that we see around the time of the whole Street Cats. But thanks to him witnessing the incident, he goes to O'Malley and tells him what's going on. And they get the Scat Cat. That's basically what the band is called, Scat Cat in the game. And it results in what you might call a massive cat fight, literal, against Edgar.
Yeah, it was pretty, like, violent to the point where, I just remembered another scene from 101 Dalmatians that was to be used when Thomas O'Malley was back keen in on the wall. He was leaning against the wall. He did the same animation as one of the pups did when they were cornered. And then Edgar tried to kill Thomas O'Malley with a what's that called?
A club?
No, it's one of those farmer fork things for hay.
Oh, pitchforks.
Thank you, babe. Pitchforks, and nearly got him, but one of the horses who was spared, the cats and the family, went up against Edgar as well.
What's the horse's name? Just so that people will get it.
I kind of forgot.
All right, but let's see. We're good. I think everyone's going to probably say in the comments, but there's definitely a lot of cats. Frou Frou.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Frou.
Yeah. So basically, the horse Frou Frou basically was involved, kind of like how the horse was in 101 Dalmatians. Fire what? Oops.
Yeah, so people can also see similarities 101 Dalmatians too, so I'm not surprised here. Anyway.
Yeah. Basically, Edgar gets his desserts and falls into the suitcase he was trying to trap the cats in after the cats got rescued by the mouse, Roquefort.
And Thomas.
And as a result, instead of the cats going to Timbuktu, he got shipped to Timbuktu, which results in the old saying, "I'm going to ship him off to Timbuktu."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so this is the part where after the whole thing where after he tricked Madame that the cats were gone, and then he gets taken doses of medicine. The cats basically get celebrated, and Madame clarified that she was going to give the money to Edgar if the cats passed away, but unfortunately, due to Edgar's quote absence, he ended up getting written out of the will. When will he learn? Probably never.
Oh my god.
Well, as a result, the cats have a party with the Scat Cat and the gang, and they moved in, and of course when they said say cheese, and Rogerford goes, "Did somebody say cheese?"
Yeah, and also there's a photo reference which may look similar to Lady and the Tramp, because one, Thomas O'Malley is wearing a bow tie, I think.
Yeah, and a collar. Yeah. And also he was kind of stiff-necked. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and that also number 2, Tramp does the same thing, wearing a new collar, and they have a family photo. Heck, even Madden mentions maybe Duchess and Thomas having maybe more in the future.
Yeah, they never made a sequel, but I think it's one of those movies that didn't really need one. They just had a good ending. That's what they needed this whole time. I mean,
apparently there was going to be an animated series of where the 3 kittens are teenagers, but that got cancelled.
Probably best. No offense. Not every successful movie needs to be a TV show. Changed my mind. Anyway, guys, that's after the Scat Cat Jane join in and they have a party and all that, and the 2 dogs basically break the 4th wall. That's basically it. That's the Aristocats. Now, another great anime classic that basically has a lot of similarities from the last anime films: kidnapping, animal cruelty, and even
drugs, alcohol,
kidnapping,
a bit of tobacco reference,
and also the epileptic part. I don't think epilepsy can result in like the ratings, but I will say everything else does. So in conclusion, with everything that happened with the Aristocats, I hate to say this, just because of the alcohol and kidnapping, I don't take it lightly when kidnapping animals like kittens.
Neither do I.
There was definitely several fight scenes, at least 2. The 2 hound dogs with Edgar in the first time, and the rough fight between the street cats and Edgar. Which there was a freeze moment when he was literally holding the cats by their necks. Okay.
Yeah, and he was kicking them as well.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna add animal cruelty up to max. Aristocats, I'm sorry, PG-13. Literally, animal cruelty should never be tolerated, and neither is alcoholism, smoking, and drugs. That is not for kids, especially when it's on animals. So while you might be asking us, but what about the other films that probably had similar stuff? Let's explain this a little bit more in detail real quick. There was a little bit more in depth when it comes to the serious elements presented in the film compared to the others. Some of the stuff was shown, but it wasn't as graphic as the Aristocats was. So that's why it is a PG-13 rating, in our opinion.
And also, when we mean by animal cruelty, we don't specifically mean films such as like The Lion King, and that, because Lion King doesn't have any humans, and it's its own animal film. Whereas when it comes to animal cruelty for us, it's humans mistreating animals, such as 101 Dalmatians.
I was about to mention that. Thank you. And so, unfortunately, if there's going to be a lot of questions for young kids under the age of 10. So parents, if you're watching this series with your kids, please explain everything. They need to be open about what's been going on in these films, especially what Disney's been smoking on that. Ew. Yeah. And one more thing. Disney Plus removed the Aristocats from kid profiles, along with several others, due to cultural appropriation. And I may not agree with everything, but I can see why, considering the elements of drugs, alcohol, kidnapping. I definitely will agree with Disney that it is not for kids.
Same here, because when I watched it for this review, it gave me a warning about it being what it had, and how back then that's how it was made, but now this wouldn't really be allowed in a way.
Yeah, so if a kid wants to watch it, they need to watch it with their parents. Just because it's an old 2D animation does not mean it's automatic for kids. Take that, YouTube! I had to say it because of Kappa. But anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed, please give it a like, share, subscribe. Check out the playlist so you guys don't miss out on any of the last 12 episodes. This is number 13, by the way. Also, I got merch now. That design was made by my lady Holly herself. And also, so make sure to check out the merch. And also, be sure to check out Holly's channel and help her get to 6,000 subscribers. I know she's not been uploading, but she has university, guys. Please be patient with her, and hopefully help me get to 10,000 subscribers when this is over. That's my goal. My only subscriber goal is 10,000 subscribers. There are lots of other rewards. We're getting bigger, but right now my only reward is 10K. And anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. This is ajmarkle and Holly Clark signing off. God bless. You rock. Don't forget it.
Be unique and be creative. Have a good day, everyone.